All right, so Halloween 2018, in my opinion, is a masterpiece of horror and slasher films. I am not a big fan of slasher films, but I'm a big fan of films in general. I love silent films, black and white movies, foreign films, mainstream Hollywood blockbusters. I like everything. I watch everything. I enjoy everything. But Halloween 2018, I saw like probably 6 months ago, and I liked it immediately. And I had never seen the first Halloween movie. And I just watched Halloween Kills a couple nights ago, and I did not like Halloween Kills, which is the one that came out last October. But the 2018 movie, it was the first Halloween movie I'd seen. Now I knew about Halloween because I'm a film buff. I watch lots of documentaries. I'd watch documentaries on the making of Halloween before even watching the first one. And the first one was in 1978. And Halloween 2018 is a direct sequel to the original Halloween. It pretends like the other ones don't exist. And to be quite honest, watching Halloween 2018 first was a wonderful experience. You didn't need to watch the first movie for 2018 to work, you know? And I hadn't seen the first movie when I saw Halloween 2018, and I loved it. I loved the cinematography. I loved the script. I loved the music. I loved the editing. I loved it. I thought it was freaking fantastic. And then I watched Halloween Kills, and I couldn't stand it. And then I watched Halloween 1, the original 1978 version. After seeing the 2018 version, after seeing Halloween Kills, I went back and I watched the 1978 version. Now, the 1978 version is actually, in my opinion, it's not a good movie, actually. I think it's unbelievably overrated. I respect that it's the first quote-unquote slasher film, and I respect that. But in general, I just felt like, man, the 2018 version is such a better movie. It is scarier. The music is better. It's a better film. Now, the whole point of this video is just to be like, hey, just watch the 2018 version. You don't need to watch Halloween 1. You don't need to watch Halloween Kills. You don't need to watch Halloween 4, The Curse of Michael Myers, or the Thorn trilogy. You don't need to watch any of those. Just watch the 2018 Halloween movie and just know that it is a wonderful standalone movie. It works so well. It works so well. I didn't really like Halloween 1 because I thought Michael Myers in that movie was rather incompetent. Just to be honest, like he's like trying to stab Laurie Strode and he's missing. He stabs her sleeve. It's really clunky. It's kind of embarrassing and hokey, and it's unintentionally funny. It's not a scary movie whatsoever, honestly. I feel like the lead up to him killing stuff in the original 1978 version is great, but once he actually starts killing people, oh my goodness, it's very hokey and corny and not scary whatsoever. Whatsoever. What I like about the 2018 version is that he's just a man. You know, Michael Myers is just a serial killing psychopath. It's believable. He's not a superhero. He's not a demon. He's not invincible in the 2018 movie. He's just a dude wearing a mask who doesn't talk, who's murdering people. And when you watch Halloween Kills, he's like a superhero, you know? He's getting stabbed in the back with a pitchfork, he's getting slashed, he's getting stabbed in the abdomen, he's getting shot countless times, and then he just gets back up and he's like the Terminator. I don't like it. It's unbelievable. I don't like it. I don't like it. But if you look at the original Halloween and you look at the 2018 version, they are like perfect together. You know, like those two movies work so well. I was afraid to watch Halloween Kills because I liked the ending of the 2018 version so much that I knew that if they kept going, it was going to be a disaster, and it was. I don't like I don't like Halloween Kills. All right, I don't like it. I don't hate it, but I don't like it. I think it honestly hurts the 2018 version. I'm never going to watch Halloween Kills again. All right, I watched it once. I'm never going to watch it again. Whereas I feel like I could watch the 2018 version over and over and over again. I love it. I love it. And most Halloween fans don't love it. You know, they're like, ooh, and they pick on stuff. And I'm like, it's a masterpiece, all right? So the 2018 Halloween movie is a masterpiece of slasher film horror. And I don't like slasher films, so maybe my opinion is useless. But I just know, as someone who likes films in general, the 2018 version is such a strong, well put together film. Well put together. If you look at the original, which you don't need to watch for 2018 to work. Honestly, I had seen 2018 first, and I didn't need to see the original to love it. I love it. I think it's great. I love the way it ends. But now that I've seen the original, and then comparing it to 2018's version, I'm like, wow, it's fantastic. They work so well together. Those two movies together are fantastic. But really, you don't need to watch the first one for the 2018 version to be fantastic, okay? You don't need to watch it. I love the story of those two movies combined, and I love the story of 2018 by itself, okay? I love it by itself. I love the idea of Laurie Strode being traumatized by some event from her childhood, and I love the reversal of... We all know the story. Even if you haven't seen Halloween, it's so iconic that we know the story. We know it's a guy wearing a mask trying to kill Laurie Strode. We know she survived. And the idea of the 2018 version being like, well, she's paranoid. She's been training to battle Michael Myers this whole time. She hasn't let it go. She has the same trauma that Bruce Wayne from Batman has. She's not letting it go. It's affecting her relationships. It's made her a damaged person. And man, is that interesting. So when Michael Myers does come back and she's ready to murder him, it is so satisfying that she becomes the hunter. Michael Myers is obviously the hunter in the original movie, whether you've seen it or not. In the 2018 version, she becomes the hunter. And it's fantastic. And the duality of that, the idea of these three generations of women murder this really scary psychopath it's just fantastic. I love the way 2018 ends with him in the basement and the fire enveloping him. It's a beautiful shot. It's a wonderful sequence. It's so satisfying. And I was like, I want the story to end there. It is a perfect ending. It came full circle, and it is a perfect ending. That's why I was afraid of the Halloween Kills, because I was like, don't continue it. Just leave it alone. If you leave it alone, this 2018 version is a freaking masterpiece, And Halloween Kills doesn't hurt the 2018 version. I'm never going to watch it again. I will watch the third one when it comes out. But I know how the third one's going to end. The third one's going to end with Laurie Strode and him dying together. It's just going to be a repeat of the 2018 version. That's why it's unnecessary. Okay? The 2018 version is it's just wonderful. And I cannot say enough nice things about it. And just watch it. If you haven't seen it, just watch the 2018 Halloween movie. It's fantastic. I love it. It's a great film. Now, I am not a diehard Halloween fan, so my opinion probably will not matter to Halloween fans, because they're like, what are you talking about? The 2018 version is the best movie in the series. It's the best movie in the series, okay? Okay? It just is. It's the best movie in the series. It's the best executed, the best written. It's just fantastic. The music is so good in the 2018 version. When I watched Halloween Kills, I was like, well, at least the music will probably be there from the 2018 version. It wasn't. It wasn't. The music was much worse in Halloween Kills. Halloween Kills is just a standard slasher film where Michael Myers is murdering a bunch of people. That's not interesting. All right? It's not interesting. What's interesting is the damaged version of this old lady and her defeating the monster. That is interesting. All right? It's not interesting to watch a murderer murder people. All right? That's not interesting. But the family relationships in the 2018 version, that is interesting. All right? It's a real story with a real character and real character development, and it's fantastic. It is how you do a strong female character correctly, which, man, those are few and far between. Typically, a strong female character is just a robot who behaves more masculine than a man. And Laurie Strode in Halloween 2018, she's a real character who's relatable, and you want her to succeed, and she does succeed, and it's fantastic. I cannot say enough nice things about the 2018 version of Halloween. Watch it. It's wonderful. It's such a well put together movie. You don't need to see the other Halloween movies for it to work, and I really appreciate that. I mean, yes, if you see the other ones, then it makes it better, but you don't need to. It's a fantastic standalone. It is one of the best examples of coming back to a franchise and not screwing it up, a la Jurassic World and all these other movies where they bring it back and it's just like, oh, we didn't need this. I feel like, man, the 2018 version is superior to the original. I really feel that way. It is superior to the original. It is the best movie in that franchise. And Halloween Kills is so disappointing because it goes back to the tired trope of like the superhero slasher. When you think of slasher films, there are the three. There's Michael Myers, there's Jason from Friday the 13th, and there's Freddy Krueger. Now, Freddy Krueger and Jason are supernatural, literally. And that's why I liked this Halloween 2018 movie, because he wasn't supernatural. He was just a psychopath, a really extreme sociopathic serial killer. I liked that. It made it different. And with Halloween Kills, he goes back to being a superhero. That's why it's disappointing. I don't need another superhero slasher. That's what everyone's a supernatural slasher in the slasher movies, whether it's Chucky or I mean, yeah, you could argue that like Ghostface isn't, but like Scream doesn't count, all right? Like Scream is too meta. It doesn't count. It's not believable. I really like the 2018 version because it was an extension of the first one, and he was just a normal guy, you know? I mean, he wasn't normal, but he was just he was a flesh and blood man, okay? My suspension of disbelief was not hurt the way it is in Halloween Kills. In Halloween Kills, when he gets back up after being just straight blown apart into pieces practically, all of a sudden it's like, well, he has to be a demon. He has to be like freaking a supernatural being because no mortal man could handle this type of damage that he's receiving. And the 2018 version doesn't have that. It doesn't have him receiving like way too much damage to where it's unbelievable. It doesn't have him taking out a gang of firemen. In Halloween Kills, he takes out a gang of firemen and it's unbelievable. Because honestly, I'm like, dude, those firemen would have effed him up in real life. I'm sorry, they would have. There was like a gang of firemen with axes and chainsaws and this slow 60-something-year-old man. It's just unbelievable. My suspension of disbelief was ruined by the first scene where he's killing stuff. And that didn't happen in the 2018 version. And the original 1978 version is corny. You know, it's corny. I'm sorry. Anyone that looks at the 1978 version, you have childhood nostalgia. All right? It is not objectively scary. It's just corny. It's corny. He comes across as incompetent in the 1978 version. I'm just being honest with you. In the 2018 version, he does not. He just comes across as a really strong sociopath, you know? So that's pretty much the end of this review. I mean, the whole point of this is I don't do plot synopsises. I don't explain the entire plot of the movie because that's boring, and also it's spoilerific. I don't want to do that. I just want you to watch the 2018 version of Halloween and just know that like I love it. It is a cinematic masterpiece of slasher film horror. I think it's like the best slasher film I've ever seen. I really do. I really do. I love it. I think it's fantastic. I think it works as a standalone film, and I think it works as a companion piece to the original. I just think it works, you know? And I've watched all these reviews of it lately, because everyone agrees that Halloween Kills is a bad movie, but then the same Halloween fans kind of don't like the 2018 version, like they rag on it. And I'm like, dude, what are you smoking? What are you smoking? It's such a fantastic film. It's funny. It's scary. It's well executed, you know? It's well executed. The music's great. Cinematography's great. It's great. It's a fantastic film. And it has a definitive ending that, to me, Michael Myers dies in that basement. I don't need him to keep going on. I feel like, it's just fantastic. It's just fantastic. Go see Halloween 2018. Go rent it. Go watch it. It's a wonderful film. I mean, even if you don't like slasher films. I don't like slasher films. I don't like them. But the 2018 version is great. You know, I cannot say enough nice things about it. It's probably my favorite in that genre for sure. If I had to watch Psycho or Halloween 2018, I'd watch Halloween 2018 again, personally. I think it's a masterpiece. I really do. I think it's a masterpiece. And man, Halloween Kills was disappointing in comparison. Because it's stereotypical. Whereas the 2018 version is like fresh and new and thoughtful and creative, you know, truly. Anyway, go watch Halloween 2018, even if you don't like slasher films, even if you don't like horror, just watch it. It's fantastic. It's really entertaining. Something for the whole family. It's not, but I don't know. Just go check it out. It's a good time.